What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jess Plays, Paranormasight. I had to think of what it was called. We're gonna pick up from 9 a.m., I guess? Or is this 9 a.m. and this is 10? Excuse me. Whatever. We're gonna go talk to the teacher with, the two high school girls, and then after that we'll come over here and see what's going on with these guys. Alright, the rite of resurrection is the inception of this whole affair. Yako and Mio decide to confront the man responsible for spreading rumors of it in the first place, Hideki Araishi. They find him at his frequent stopping grounds, the Kurokyo Cafe. Alright, here we go. This is a new spot for us. In the... Oh, burb. In the comments of one of the earlier videos, somebody had actually brought up that they were like, oh, do you think that, you know, all that stuff about possession was maybe brought up because, you know, Michio is possessing Yako? And I was like, oh shit, that's actually a really good suggestion, and is probably what's happening. Since Yako doesn't seem like she'd be a particularly good liar, I mean, you never know, and I would certainly respect her if she were, but, you know. Alright. As you know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by setting foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police, remember that. We know, it'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Oh. Nothing yet. I want this. Yeah, number 8. Look at these little finches or sparrows. I'm not very good at distinguishing birds. A cafe. I've never been to one before. How exciting! I'm not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with this, like, school rule you're not allowed to go to a cafe. This must be, like, some 80s shit. Because I've never not just seen kids out and about. It's pretty smelly inside because of the cigarette smoke, but... I wonder... Okay, clearly there's some sort of cultural note that we're about to get here. So let's find out about that, because I don't know what's going on with that stuff. A coffee shop on South Warigasu Street. Kurokyo's Cafe's convenient location has made it a favorite of businessmen in the neighborhood. Although formerly a relaxing location where classical and jazz music were played, the cafe has begun incorporating some pop songs into its playlist at the request of its customers. The most popular menu item is a pilaf served with black coffee, although cream soda topped with a large scoop of ice cream is also a popular choice. And yet you're not letting high school kids come here? Fashionable cafes featuring jazz and live performances were in vogue until the end of the mid-Showa era. Or in vogue until the mid-Showa era, gomen, when the number of cafes offering a carefully brewed cup of coffee in a relaxed atmosphere began to increase. Many of these locations also have public telephones, making them convenient meeting places. However, they also developed a reputation as a hangout spot for delinquents, leading to a large number of schools to forbid their students from patronizing them. Okay, I see. In recent years, table arcade games have become a big hit, affording cafes installing them a steady stream of customers. Okay. So that's what it is. They're trying to keep delinquency down. Alright, here we go. Number 8, baby. Sparring Sparrow Bros. Aww. Ichi-ni-san. Love it. Love it. I love finding new birds, everybody. Okay, anyway, let's talk to you. Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Slams it on the table. Oh my, a curse stone. Ah, no kame mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night? Damn, there of all places. Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer? Yeah, could you, calm down, Mr. Araishi? Your reaction's way too intense, and it's kinda scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? this guy seems like he's really full of himself, so I kind of want to flatter him. But I don't know if he'll see through that, you know what I mean? Like, We'll try flattering him, let's see how it goes. It's just, a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it is true, I'm likely the person most well-versed in this matter. Yes! You're the only one I can count on, Mr. Araishi. Won't you help us, please? Oh, am I now? In that case, I guess there's no harm in hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and Seven Mysteries curse stones happening now? Ho ho! Taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher, starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then, do you know of the ancient Onmyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Ms. Kurusuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. Oh, in that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. I think it's, like, the old lady and her Hubert. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Make something up. Okay. Let's do it. Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity and, think it could really help your research. I see. Now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... Act disappointed. Ask about it. Probably ask about his research. I think if we act disappointed, it's not gonna necessarily... Well, maybe. Let's see what it does. Oh, we figured you would know since you're so smart. How disappointing. How dare you! You make it sound like I'm stupid! You couldn't be more wrong. Do you realize how devoted I am to this research? Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah, okay. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. Tsuchimikado. The Emperor of the Earth? This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman Tsuchimikado. I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Oh, this is like that one guy. This is like, what's his face in DRK? The disguise guy. Or so it was written in the Record of Fates. Huh. As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. You don't say. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with the forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are the writings of Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. Coming from Kyoto? Was he on Tokaido? I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself? The Rite of Resurrection makes use of Abe no Seimei's specialty, the Taizan Fukan ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul dregs to replicate the souls of a dead spirit that has been called. Oh wow, I never knew something like that existed. Thus, it is thought that the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever's performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there. There's no more? What about the Seven Mysteries or the Curse Stones? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fates. The curse stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. Huh. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. Excuse me, Mr. Araishi? What is it, Ms. Kurosuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the Rite of Resurrection and the origin of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff. But about that. That was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? So it was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is... well... I suppose there's no harm in telling a couple of students so passionate about this topic. Thank you! This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seimon arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. This is like Edo period, like, Twitter beef, where it's just like, I don't really want to get involved in the resurrection discourse, but someone's coming in with a colonizer attitude about our rites and rituals. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Insert Tokyo Jihen reference. Or Tokyo Jihen joke here. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seimon's Rite of Resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seimon brought the Rite of Resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point Seimon was likely using a different name. Then, in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. Interesting. So that's how they're connected. Then if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite. And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I have become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who receive the curse stones. Resentful memories. Yakko, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did! Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, over which time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries. Thus, gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. It will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Okay, well clearly there was a fire at some point. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yakko. I like how we're Yakko, but, like, Mio is Ms. Kurosuzu. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we can get. Okay, before we do that, let's read our updates. I don't know why I clicked on that. Okay. As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds the detailed instructions on how to perform in secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to have been devised by a once famous onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult studies. According to the Record of Fates, this mysterious ritual was devised by a gifted onmyoji, Abe no Seimei. It converts the souls of the dead bound for the underworld with soul dregs collected as sacrifices through the Taizan Fukan ritual. This secret art of converting souls to soul dregs is out of reach to all but the most skilled practitioners. An officially appointed government position within the Bureau of Onmyo in the medieval Japan. Onmyoji were tasked with performing divinations and rituals. They would employ the Chinese philosophies of yin and yang and, Wuzing? The 5 elements, to compose astronomical charts and almanacs. High-ranking practitioners used a variety of mystical arts, including ones that brought natural disasters and curses. Onmyoji were also tasked with exorcising demons through the use of shikigami. Onmyoji thrived during the Heian period, in part due to the work of the famous onmyoji and later founder of the Tsuchimikado clan, Abe no Seimei. However, onmyoji began to gradually decline in number after samurai gained control of Japan. At the same time, many of their miraculous arts were lost along with the development of civilization. Though the services of onmyoji were typically reserved for the upper class, there were a number of shomonji, or hidden onmyoji, who worked for the common folk. During the Edo period, a chain of events occurred around a resurrection spell, became the basis for the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Okay, yeah. Okay, Mr. Araishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the Fool's Procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one, then. Not that one? What do you mean? Among the 9 victims at the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes. One of them is Seimon himself, or so I suspect. Huh? Seimon was one of the victims at the Honjo incident too? Meaning an onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo? Mio. Then maybe with Seimon's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Just, girl stuff. Girl games! Mr. Araishi, how many other resentful memories have you gathered so far? I've learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of course, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot-Washing Mansion. An onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seimon, I'm afraid. A female onmyoji who sought the rite of resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seimon. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape this one. That's me. I did that. So a female onmyoji and rival of Seimon was involved with the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The rite of resurrection! Precisely. This man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seimon. If I could just collect all of the memories, everything will be revealed and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives. But they might not find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures of my own. Another thing. Yes? You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was. Oh, well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, doesn't it? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. Could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Raraishi, please tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice? It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the rite of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month? She specified the time period? I was told that if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice since then. Must have had you spread the rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek the right. This makes it likely the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku? As in Hihaku soaps? Right. I mean, no, that's not important, just some personal business. After that, I waited, trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Very well, I've told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seimon's Record of Fates. There's a sort of continuation to it, another document called the Records of Fates Yin Scroll. A continuation? Actually, a section written in Seimon's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Seimon lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Ms. Sakazaki? You think my information inaccurate? If Seimon died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Huh? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seimon possessed? Of course not. He used the rite of Oh! You're telling me Seimon used it on himself? The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance, so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Then is it not possible that Seimon himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? But he'd still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Seimon. What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul dregs? That sounds like it's the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories, to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seimon's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Seimon had descendants? So there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes, like Hasburg's. In fact, I tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known onmyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you do. So basically, in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Seimon himself wrote about ways to handle the curse in the right, yes? Yes, that's right. I've been searching for it all this time, but I haven't found a single lead. So if you two find anything out about the resentful memories of the Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take into consideration for your school grades as well. We've learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the right of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll might have info we want since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Araishi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved with this must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is somehow involved too. Right. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio... Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers. Even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must have been hard to have been reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me. Yako? Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it, that day I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about, thanks. Hmm? Whoever's behind that voice gave Mr. Araishi the Record of Fates. That must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. Huh? You don't sound like the Yako I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? Guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in that female Myoji who was at the rival of Seimon. So, Mio, what are we gonna do next? Good question. Maybe best to give information we just learned to the Inspector Tsutsumi. We got a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Tsutsumi might know more about it. Should we go back to school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Excuse me, you girls over there! Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Namigaki Utaro. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone at the Foot-Washing Mansion. The Foot-Washing Mansion? So you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about. Ha, you already know Inspector Tsutsumi. That makes this simple. So there's nothing to worry about. Oh, hey! You're in the driver's seat. Yako? Yeah? Wait, what? Just now, was I doing something? Sorry. Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? Right, I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something with us? You were talking about Shiraishi Michio, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. If not now, later's fine. I'll be waiting around the Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? I think we should go to the school first, dude. Like, I don't think we should go with him. I know that this dude, like, I now know that he freaking ran Michio over with a freaking truck, but we're going to school first. Sorry, but there's something we gotta take care of. We'll have to pass. Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. Okay. Cool. So this one, I guess we're gonna have to probably go back and, like, say we'll go with him. We'll do that in a minute. Let's find out what's going on here. At the Shiraishi home, Tsutsumi and Erio learn the truth about many things, including the death of Kankichiro Iwai. They hurry to the high school after learning that Shiraishi Michio knew the whereabouts of Nejima's hideout. In the Barbie meme, Tsutsumi would be Barbie and Erio would be Ken. He'd have the end Erio name placard. Boss! I just talked to the Sumida police. Oh? What now? They found an abandoned van in the Chiba Mountains that looked like it'd been in an accident. They couldn't lift any fingerprints from it, but they found blood splatters on the front. And guess what? The blood is a perfect match for Michio's. Oh ho. So it must be the van that hit Michio. You got it. It's all thanks to Yoshimi we were able to find that out. The license plate had been removed though, and they even scraped the vehicle identification number. It'll take a while to identify the owner. Now they're trying to figure out if the van was sighted anywhere between the scene of the crime and where it was dumped. Got it. Thanks for the report. Guess we still can't rule out the possibility that Michio did commit suicide. She was so young, and all the adults in her life did was push her around. Still doesn't look tired after all this running around. Wish I had that stamina. It's nice that we got permission to use the school as our base of operations. Principal and the head teacher were a little reluctant at first, but they were convinced that it'd help the investigation. Dealing with all this must be a real headache for those guys. I should thank him again later. Yup, looks like every school in Japan ever. Yeah, look at this duck. I just got a thing for that. By the way, boss, we've confirmed that Michio died in a vehicular collision. But are we sure it was really an accident? Good question, I was wondering the same thing. The damage done by the collision indicates the driver was traveling at a considerable speed, but there were no brake marks to be found. Exactly, which suggests they might have been intentionally targeting Michio. Then what was the motive, you think? Who would have a reason to kill Michio? The first person that comes to mind is Kankichiro Iwai. After all, she knew about his crimes. But then, Iwai was supposedly able to control Michio by intimidation alone. There's also that teacher who was taking advantage of Michio, Kohei Jonouchi. But to say he killed her to stop people from finding out he was blackmailing her doesn't seem likely somehow. You're right. Though both of them have fallen prey to her curse. That's true. In that case, it's quite possible she'll also decide to exact revenge on the person who ran her over. Not just possible, she may have already done it last night, just like with Iwai. Is there anything else that could have served as a motive? That talisman, maybe? The one Yoshimi was looking for? Oh, do you think someone wanted to take it from her? Well, the talisman wasn't found in her remains, nor in the house. But doesn't a hit and run seem like too drastic a measure to go after a little talisman? Then in the end, it might have just been an unfortunate accident after all. Yeah, it looks that way. Either way, what we need now is a testimony from Michio herself. With a bit of luck, we may be able to ask her what happened during the crash ourselves. Yeah, can't wrap my head around that particular development. I still have my doubts that it will be so easy. Either way, we won't be able to do this unless Mio and Yako turn up. I'd rather have them come sooner than later, but... guess we just have to wait. Shall we head inside? Alright then. Boss, I thought we were gonna wait for Mio in the school. Alright. Alright, let's go wait inside the school. I'm sure they'll be here any moment. I mean, I did say that I was gonna go to the school first. Okay. There's that. Let's check in... You know what? I am curious about this. About the bad end. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see it. Give me a second here. And I'll, Okay, so we're back here. I guess we can talk to him. And I'm assuming this is going to be a dead end, but, you know, who knows. Well, I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate elsewhere? So, what did you want to discuss with us? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Shiraishi Michio back from the dead. What? Huh? That's why I was pursuing the rite of resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you this. Well... I'm sorry, this is also sudden. I still don't understand why you would want this. What exactly was your relationship to Mio? Or Michio? Mio? Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. Well, it would be great if we could bring Michio back, but we've already decided not to use the rite of resurrection. Is that so? It seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting soul dregs for you if you gave me your curse stone, you know? We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop this curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose you'll have to give up the curse stones. Thank you for understanding. Where did Yako go? Whew. Thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. Why does he want to bring Michio back? Huh? Yako? Uh-oh. Did she go off somewhere while we were talking? Heh. I've finally caught up to you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place? You've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over, or I'll have to take it by force. What? Why? Are you... No, she's here again, I don't understand. Wait, it was just an accident. I swear I didn't mean to. That's what I was trying to bring you back. You're already too late. Oh, okay, it's not a... I thought we were gonna do Omae wa mou shinderu, but it was Omae mo te o kurera. Yup. Yep. These sure are credits. The Visit Sumida Tourism Office. Come see Sumida. We've got weird ghosts and curses and shit. After this, Nejima Fumichiko went on to use the power of his curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with an unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Sakazaki Yakko was never heard from again. Ending 1, Michio's Grudge. Oh, it's an actual ending! Oh shit, dude. Ho 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 ho! An actual ending. Interesting. Okay. Alright, okay. Cool. Alright, well I'm glad I went back and did that. I guess let's go and check on, Haruo and Richter. Haruo and Richter break into the Shiraishi residence with the detectives. They find a journal left behind by the deceased Iwai, finally revealing the mystery behind the kidnapping. However, Haruo remains unsatisfied. In further news, today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of one Shiraishi Tochiko around noon. The man, identified as Iwai Kankichiro, is said to have been in a relationship with Toshiko. He was unemployed at the time of his death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected that his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence on the scene may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Well, ma'am, seems we've managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps. Right. Wonder what kind of music Richter is into. I imagine he likes English songs. Wow, okay, racist. No matter how much I look at the flowers, they don't make me feel anything. I've grown so used to seeing this scroll, I don't really give it a second thought. The ticking of the clock gets on my nerves sometimes. I've stopped watching the news. It's too much fluff. Wish they'd cut out the pointless stories and just reported on what's important. Fusama everywhere. A fax machine can send images to other places along the telephone network. I rarely find a use for it. I don't have a reason to use the phone right now, but I probably will. Okay, so we're obviously going to use the fax machine at some point during this conversation. I suppose I should offer him some tea, but I don't really feel like it. Do you not have servants? Like... He's always going at his own pace. He's rather fascinating. Next up, what do we need to do to get our hands on a curse stone filled with soul dregs? Judging by the official announcement, it seems what Iwai wrote is likely true. With both the kidnapper and his young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest. Now that it's over, I can't help thinking about how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing had we not found his journal. Carelessness is usually what leads crimes like this to being exposed. It was pretty much the same with the Nejima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really does make you think. Makes my skin crawl to think of how many cases like this are left undiscovered. Me too. It's certainly disturbing. Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, we can focus our efforts on obtaining the right of resurrection, yes? Indeed. I'm counting on you. Alright, let's reassess this curse situation. Right. I must admit, I never expected the police to be so on top of things. The Chief Inspector, Tsutsumi Tetsuo, provided us a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers. Do you think they noticed I'm one of them? I'm pretty sure Edio didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we'll have to be careful around him. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward. Agreed. Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the rite unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging on to the stone for now? Of course. Just don't use it, okay? No promises. Alright. If what we've heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and the Taiko of Tsugaru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit places connected to these stories a few times. I see. I'm still highly suspicious of the people at Hihaku Soaps. They could be the ones pulling the strings. That Yumioka Takumi fella is probably aware of the curse bearers we're searching for. Tracking his movements may prove to be useful. You want to follow him? If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice. But, okay, buddy. What are you doing? Why are you tailing men so much, huh? Damn it. Times like this, I really had me wish I had more personnel. I imagine it's tough working on your own. It's the plight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for a skilled assistant. Is that where this is going? Is Haruhi going to be his assistant? I would love that, actually. Unironically. And then there's Nejima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided reed, I think it was? If we want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul dregs, well, look no further. He did say he would unleash his curse on a large number of people at nightfall. If he gets the chance to, the Chief Inspector manages to track down Michio, then, well, there's a chance he'll manage to apprehend Nejima before he gets up to no good. But why did you tell the Chief Inspector about the safe house? If he hadn't had that lead. It was written in Iwai's memoirs. It's just a matter of time till he found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye. How different is it from any other curse bearer collecting soul dregs? Well, if we're talking Nejima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We'll just keep a close eye on Nejima and the cops. What about that girl from before? Tono Ayame? Do you think she could be a curse bearer? Well, there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone else's curse stone by now. That's possible too, but... We haven't been to Midoricho Park yet, the place connected to the Taiko of Tsugaru. Ah, right. That's close to where she lives. What if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied. It's possible. It would make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea's got me itching to investigate her again. The place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there. Alright, so I gotta position somebody. Richter? Yes? That's right. Would you mind if we make a quick stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion, but I'd like to visit a candy store if possible. Huh? I suppose I don't mind. Okay. That's not what I thought was gonna happen, but... Why? Why are you not... OCD. Okay. So are we gonna move... Then, shall we depart? Given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there you continue to the next part. You may also come back and restart the section from the point you left off. Oh, naruhodo. Okay. So Midoricho Park, we gotta try and meet somebody there. Honoji Bridge, the Sen... Okay. Let's go to the candy shop first, because that's where Richter wanted to go. The shop's close to the park, so children have been coming and going without pause. Places like this candy shop have been slowly disappearing from the street view recently. Senoia. The children seem pretty fond of this place. Looks comparatively new. It must have had renovations done not long ago. There are some vending machines. You can buy canned juice for 100 yen. Nate and I were having a fit about this 2 weeks ago. We were on our walk, and we were walking from Shibuya down toward, like Western Tokyo. And we, kept passing places that were 1 coin, 100 yen drinks, and then we'd look at it and they weren't actually 100 yen because all the prices have gone up recently because of inflation and everything else. And we were like, what is this? False advertising! Get out of here! These days, vending machines sell a lot of things besides juice, too. Wasn't there that thing where, Whoa, no way! Jeez, you made me jump. It's Mockingbird number 14! Foul Con Man! This guy's a real speed demon. Oh, is that right? It's kinda scary how you even know the exact number with just a simple glance. Wasn't there a thing that happened in, the 80s or 90s or whatever, where, somebody was, they were, poisoning a drink from a vending machine and, leaving it on top of the vending machine? And people were drinking it? Okay. Apparently, Richter likes to visit the local candy shop in every district he visits. I figured once you've seen one, you've seen them all, but in reality each has its own unique displays and colors to match the locale. Kind of irks me that we stopped here simply for the sake of entertainment. I got a veteran investigator achievement. But I suppose he needs time like this to relax and recenter his mind. He works so vigorously every day. He's up front with the kids to participate in the raffle. It's weird seeing an adult his age enjoying himself so much at a candy store. Oh, it seems he didn't win anything. He's pouting so hard even the kids are laughing at him. Oh, right. Ma'am, should we go for monjiaki or something? That's sweet of you, but I'm not hungry right now. What? Betsubara. Betsubara, Harué, come on. That's too bad. I haven't had great luck with this Mockingbird raffle. Would you mind if I tried a few more times? Apparently most of these are just replicas of the real deal, but even so, they're well worth the price. Some of the kids were saying they managed to snatch some real rare finds in this lottery. Go ahead, don't buy them all now. Just let me know when you want to leave, okay? Okay. Are you winning, detective? I think you're fated to not win. Did we get anything new in our files? We did. Okay. An old manuscript from the Edo period written by the sorcerer who recovered the rite of resurrection. It is viewed as a priceless and authentic document due to its detailed account on how to perform the ritual. Araishi Hideki claimed he found it in the storehouse of an old private residence, but it was in fact entrusted to him by a mysterious voice. The manuscript was written by Tsuchimikado Seimon, an onmyoji from the Edo period. He was an extraordinarily adept practitioner, but after being banished from his family for researching forbidden arts, he changed his name and moved to Edo. It is said that Tsuchimikado Seimon, author of Record of Fates, wrote the Yin Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the Rite of Resurrection. The existence of the Yin Scroll was indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by the descendants of Seimon. Okay. We are making progress with our burbs. We got 14. Foul Con Man. Quackitude. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's go. So we've gone there. Let's go to Honoji. Just the very different tone. Did something draw your interest? No worries here. I made sure to take a quick shower this morning. What? Someone must have received the Beckoning Light's curse here last night. There's so many old factories alongside this river. Must have been quite different in its glory days. Now most of them are closed down due to tightened regulations on waste disposal. Oh, boo-hoo, so sad. Turn them into housing. We're in Tokyo. Doesn't look like anyone's been here for some time. Wonder if it's one of the factories that got shut down when they tightened up regulations. I was out here last night looking for the curse bearer connected with the Beckoning Light, too. Did you see anything? Afraid not, but they gotta be out here somewhere. Okay, so we didn't find anybody here. The area was closed off to the public this morning after his body was found, but the police quickly managed to complete their investigation and reopen the park as if nothing ever happened. The people in the area are shockingly calm considering what happened here. You'd think they'd be put off knowing there was a dead body here just this morning. It's Tamachi, baby, don't worry about it. From what I heard, it happened right around where you're standing now. Telephone booth. Doesn't look out of the ordinary to me. I'm on the hunt for birds. Looking for birds everywhere. Richter, get out of my fucking way. Would you look at that? It's a pretty unique looking playground. Did it catch your eye? Perhaps. Now's not the time, though. But you did get interested. Does he want to play on it? So, one time when I lived in Osaka, my friends and I got very drunk, and this is how a lot of stories about Osaka start. My friends and I got really drunk, and we went to this playground in the middle of the night, and it was like right after a bunch of my friends had just like had their health insurance cut off, so this was an additionally stupid thing. This is just like stupid things Jess did in her 20s. But when I was living in Osaka, we were like, we got really drunk, we went to this playground and we were playing around and stuff, and there's all these like pictures. I don't think we ever posted them online or anything, but there are a bunch of pictures of us like playing on playground equipment and like stuff like that. And I just remember like one of my friends falling off of a it was like a monkey bars thing, and we were like, oh god, no, we don't have, Jess is the only one here who still has health insurance. It was pretty funny. They made it quite the challenge. To pass through it, you'd have to go underneath there. He definitely wants to play on it. You can go take a look if you're that interested. Alright, I'll go check it out just to make sure. You didn't have to think long about that. What's that? Did he find something? I found a mockingbird under the playground equipment! Damn, talk about lucky! It's number 19, Penny Prattle! Hell yeah. I see. Congrats. Playgrounds always get me all fired up. Not the thing to say in public, Richter. Not the thing to say. I get that the whole point of it is like, oh, he's got like a childlike spirit, he's excited to find these stickers, but like, a bunch of kids gathered around Richter to poke fun at his clothing. Seems like kids come running for him wherever we go. Not all that surprising with his attire. He hasn't complained about it, though. Wonder if he's got a soft spot for kids. Sometimes people are like that, like they just, you know, get along with kids real well. This place is associated with the Whispering Canal. The canal must be connected to the man who was found drowned in the park. Agreed. Wasn't the victim a Hihaku Soap's employee? That's right. His name was Okie Shogo. Considering his occupation, he probably came here in search of a curse stone. People in the company know about the rite. It only makes sense they'd be looking for curse stones. You think the chairwoman and Takumi would send their regular employees out to hunt for the stones? That's not what happened. He was just trying to get laid. If that's the case, perhaps that Shogo died trying to take the stone from someone else. Either that, or he was killed precisely because he was a curse bearer with a curse stone. I suppose so, but considering the location, wouldn't that mean the curse was used in the Whispering Canal? Or the curse that was used was the Whispering Canal. Good point. That would mean Okie Shogo wasn't the wielder of the Whispering Canal curse himself. Could he have had the Beckoning Light, or even the Taiko of Tsugaru? I was here last night, and there weren't any dead bodies then. I think it's highly possible he was brought here from somewhere else. If that's the case, the wielder of the Whispering Canal has already collected his stone. Ma'am? Excuse me, but there's one more thing I want to try. Oh, be my guest. What are you trying? What are you trying, Richter? Okie Shogo is the name of the person who died here. It's hard to believe he was here by chance, only to end up murdered with a curse. Given his ties to Hihaku, we can assume he was aware of the situation and somehow involved with these curses. Okay, I think that's everything here for now. Oh wait, did I think? Hold on. Did two curse bearers battle it out here last night? Who could the other person have been? Okay, now I can move. And I found some nice treasure to boot this time. I'm happy for you. Okay. Everyone is relaxing so peacefully in the park. It's hard to imagine it was the site of some horrid curse. Oh, Ayame's here. Richter seemed a little nervous when Dono Ayame was mentioned, or was I just imagining it? The cops have yet to determine who the remaining curse bearers are. We have to find them soon. Alright, she's there. We'll talk to her in a minute. I'm on the hunt for birds, baby! Alright. We've reason to believe the curse bearer of the Taiko of Tsugaru was here last night. It's possible they're already dead, but we haven't found any definitive leads. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, guess we're talking to Ayame then. Hey, that lady over there. That's Tono Ayame! She seems to be trying to hide. Yeah, well then let's not yell at her. We don't want to startle her and have her run off on us. Let's sit here and watch her for now. Doesn't look like she's planning to move anytime soon. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna call out to her. Alright, I'll be back. He's gone. I suppose he really wanted to talk with her. Oh, there he is. Does he mean to jump out and to surprise her from behind? Huh. Does he mean to intimidate her? Ah, she noticed! I guess his purpose was to talk with her after all. I wonder what they're talking about. She doesn't look like she's planning to run. Oh, they're coming over here. Here she is. What do you think? Smooth work by the master, hmm? Yes, very smooth. Hello, thank you so much for yesterday. I know this is sudden, but I'm actually being pursued right now. Pursued? By who? I think it's the police. Would you be willing to provide me some shelter? From the police? I figured we could hear her out and then see what kind of mess she's gotten herself in. Don't make it sound like I'm some kind of criminal, please. The police have my apartment staked out, so I haven't been able to return home. I heard them say something about wanting to protect me, but something didn't feel right and I got scared. Do you have any idea why they're after you? Well, I have been searching for the curses, so... we shouldn't trouble ourselves with hiding you if they're after you for a good reason. Huh? How cruel! But this handsome investigator wouldn't turn me in so easily, would you? It's unfortunate, but we got reason to not get involved with the police ourselves. What shady reasoning! But if you've got some murky secret to hide, we might as well cooperate with each other, no? Anyway, how are your plans to resurrect Tokusai going? Fortunately, it's been going quite well. Oh? Does that mean you found someone to steal a curse stone from? Not exactly, but I found out a kind of last resort. Which is why I can't let the police get me. What do you mean by last resort? You really asking me that? It doesn't concern you at all. Why should I tell you? Ugh. What if we make a deal? In exchange for keeping you hidden from the police, you'll tell us about your last resort. Huh? Is that what got you interested? Oh, I've got it. You're meaning to steal it for yourself. Not at all. I'm just curious. That excuse will just not do. I don't need you to. I'll find a way to stay safe on my own. Whew, that was a close one. I should have known the only one you can count on in this world is yourself. We can't let her get away. Let's go after her. Stop it. Get any closer and I'll scream. Please wait. We'll help you out with no conditions. Well, you changed your mind quick. That just makes you all the more suspicious. Tried my best, but I couldn't convince her to stay. Could it be that you don't know how to handle a girl like that? Since she's looking for a safe haven, would you mind sharing your address with her, just in case? Well, it doesn't really bother me, but you do recognize there are police officers in my close family. At least it'll allow us a way to keep in contact, no matter how small. Dono Ayame says her plans for the Rite of Resurrection may be achieved through this last resort. Does that mean she's given up on her plan to steal a curse stone? Victor? You know, I have one as well. A last resort. You do? Even if we don't steal another curse stone, I already have my own. If it becomes necessary, I am prepared to use it. So you think it might be possible that she is one of her own, too? But that she despises the idea of using it to kill others, so instead she means to steal a curse stone with stole dregs already in it. It doesn't contradict anything we know. She lives nearby, which means she might have the Taiko Tsugaru curse stone. We still don't know much about that one. Richter? That last resort Ayame spoke of. It could be our chance. We can use her. I hear you loud and clear. Alright, well. Do I want to leave you guys here? I might. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. We have 7 of the 20. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we need to do this one again, and then we'll do this one. That should open up these. So yeah. Alright, cool. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate that. Looks like we are maybe getting closer to the end. We know what's going on with Michio. Michio is possessing Yako. We know who kidnapped and murdered Harue's son. We know what was that Tsutsumi? Oh, we know who Tsutsumi's daughter is and what's going on with Nejima. Well, more or less we know what's going on with Nejima. So we've got quite a few threads that have, like, some results now, which is pretty nice. I will say that the game is pretty good at giving, like, information as you go. And that's it kind of makes it fun because, like, you're uncovering stuff and then it adds up to a big thing in the larger picture. We know now that, what's-his-face, Namigaki is the one who hit Michio and killed her. You know, we know, all sorts of stuff. So we're putting it all together. We know that probably what's-her-face from Hihaku Soaps is involved. You know, and she's probably the one who's, like, having the Feast of Shadows or whatever because she wants to live forever, just like all weird psycho rich people. So yeah, that's where we're at. Alright everybody, thank you so much for joining. I'm sorry that this episode is late this week. I got a little tied up with Diablo 4 coming out, and I got a little distracted with work and stuff. So sorry about the late one. Next week should be on time. It should be on up either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. That's the plan. So, alright everybody, thank you very much, and I will talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye!